ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates. It's an honor to be at the UN to co-host this very important event today, alongside with UNFPA and the government of Kenya. It's an honor for me personally, but also as the head of the Albanian delegation to bring the voice of our country and its people within the Program of Action for Sustainable Future of the ICPD. Albania in the recent years has demonstrated that when democracy and reforms are well led by a visionary prime minister, even a small country of about 28,000 square kilometers and roughly 3 million people can contribute meaningfully to the global sustainable agenda. Albania has made significant changes by starting with the investment in human capital, tackling demographic anxieties, ensuring the protection of sexual and reproductive rights and health, ensuring the right of young people for a sustainable and fair future. But not only that, by focusing on combating gender-based violence, including the furthest left behind, and closely observing that people enjoy their human rights. This year, I'm glad to share that after 29 years of long, full monitoring from the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, since Albania's membership to this organization in 1995, the Monitoring Committee of the Council of Europe has decided to unanimously support Albania's move into the post-monitoring dialogue. This decision is a clear indication of Albania's significant progress in strengthening the rule of law, human rights, and democracy. Development in all of its facets, like the rest of our region and beyond, has never been an easy path. And to be completely honest, development is never easy. It proves sometimes challenging to ensure that development is sustainable, and most importantly, to ensure that we have a fair trade-off between economic and human capital development, as well as a fair balance on the impact on climate change combined with digital opportunities and challenges. However, I strongly believe that we are doing the right things and taking the right measures collectively. The pace and direction of demographic change for our region and Albania have not been exactly as planned. Median age of population in Western Europe is over 40 years old, and 2/3 of the human population now lives in countries with fertility rates below replacement level of 2.1 births per woman. In Albania, the median age has increased from 33 in 2011 to 38 in 2023, while from high fertility to fertility level below replacement, while like the rest of the Western Balkan, Europe, and the world, we observe that these changes and global anxieties, we continue to be committed to make and to build a better life for our people. In response to anxieties about demographic change, we're looking into solutions that are long-term, sustainable, and support the acceleration of women's rights to reproductive decision-making and bodily autonomy. This, in the case of Albania, has meant investment to provide universal access to quality reproductive health services, including contraception and infertility services, as well as actions to address the many other issues that determine choices about childbearing. Examples, of course, include paid leave, providing child benefit as a universal policy, flexible working hours, and many others. Of course, as people live longer, we're looking to ensure systems are in place to support healthy and active aging and to promote solidarity between generations. Albania is guided by the National Strategy for Development and Integration, which emphasizes an inclusive and fair society. It covers areas from healthcare to education, to gender equality and social welfare and protection. And we are committed for every member of our population to ensure that no one is left behind. Aligned with the EU's gender equality strategy of 2020 and 2025, Albania has been tackling gender-based violence, gender stereotypes, harmful practices, and disparities in the job market. As we work towards EU accession, our rule of law roadmap outlines key reforms, especially in advancing gender equality, a crucial part of our negotiation process. And most importantly, in regarding to gender equality policies, are also closely linked with a number of population-based policies, such as the baby bonus, as well as the support for families having more children, sexual and reproductive health and rights, as well as improvement in social care for aging, to name a few. We understand that investing in youth, education, integrated and long-term care for our older persons, and gender equality isn't just the right thing to do, it's a fundamental human right. And speaking of concrete investment in the Albanian youth, Albania has now approved and successfully implemented the law on youth for 4 years now, and has an 8-year-long youth strategy up to 2029 in place that is currently under implementation. To delve a little bit, it focuses on 3 main pillars, including the empowerment of youth, innovation and skills enhancement, as well as well-being of young people. Our youth are part of 61 local youth councils that take active roles in policy making and advisement in municipal level, as well as a national youth council that advises at national level. If I were to highlight just one single message today, it would be to emphasize that youth policy should always involve youth as active stakeholders and participants in the political dialogue, not just as observers. And Albania's example of co-creation of youth policy has shown that the most successful reforms are created for youth, with youth. However, poverty sometimes holds back women's progress. So we're dedicated to addressing its root cause to move forward with the ICPD plan of action and beyond. Our commitment to women's empowerment goes beyond words. We've made concrete changes, like updating laws to align with international standards and implementing gender-responsive budgeting. But challenges remain, such as stereotypes, economic disparities, and gender-based violence that hinder the progress of women and girls. But Albania is committed to the Development Agenda 2030, including ICPD and its program of action. However, we're fully aware of the challenging realities that we probably did not even envisage exactly 30 years ago that cut across every sector and area of development. The thorough analysis that has gone into developing these briefs, I believe, will enrich the vision for the future to do the right thing for the people and the countries that we represent. I take this opportunity to reaffirm our dedication to the ICPD Program of Action as a key to achieving the Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, by prioritizing policies informed by population needs and truly evaluating cross-cutting issues that have had such an impact on population. And having shared a vision, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous future for all of us. Thank you for your attention.